Parameters are extremely important and should be managing parameter and compression because the files today has to be compressed in a different way. In FlowLogic, we have 3 levels of compression. We have low level, medium level, and high level. So if we go to the parameter tab, you can see the export where you can decide which parameter to export. So, for example, if I select my parameter and I say, okay, I want to export all, and I go to export, and I can decide which data to export. I can export all parameter, or I can export just a few parameters. Sometimes you don't need to export everything. Another important tool that we built is set visible parameter or height parameter. Now, these two files are two files with 40 colors. This is probably a file with 45 or 50 parameters. This is a file with around 90 parameters. And you can see that the set parameter is enormous. Now, when we go to set visible only area, you can see that all non-area get removed. So in practice, we reduce the number of parameters, and these can be very useful to help you in your parameter selection. We can rename the parameters now. We have a tool where we can rename manually and then save and reuse. And for example, what we did, I can show that if we load one file that already we built, this file rename the parameter virtually, and then we click apply, rename the parameter. So we select the files that we want to rename with an external CSV that we built previously. We can rename all our parameters. Now, talk about compression. Compression in FlowLogic, to manage the compression is very easy. So here we go and display CD45 as alive. And the compression seems very good. We go to this file and we display CD27 versus live and dead. The compression doesn't look so good. And this is a BT file. These two files are from Aurora, and these files is from BD. So we go CD45 and TCL beta. And the compression here seems very good. We don't need to do anything. So we do some tests with this compression. So this is the low compression and looks like that is working well. If we go to media compression, still is okay, but definitely high compression is a bit too much. In FlowLogic, we can change your compression very easily. You go here, we can use the sliders. And when we set up a compression that we want, we can set up this compression for all the parameters. We click, and you can see this compression is set for all the parameters. We go back to the median compression because what you want. You can enter also manually the compression. Let's say you want to compress heavily, and manually you can enter the value that you want. We go back to the original value. Now we go to this file. These two files are different files. So for each file, we need different compression, and sometimes, not always, this compression doesn't work very well enough. So we can use medium compression, doesn't work very well as well. And we can use high compression, which starts to work, but is not really what we need. We need a compression something like this. And at this point, you can see that the data is compressed very well. Now, maybe this compression doesn't work well for all parameter, set X to all parameters. So we set this value for all parameter. We do a quick check. And we can see probably here the data is a bit to compress. So we can decompress the data very easily.